My client Brett has lost 23 pounds and is on his way to getting a six pack. Find out exactly how by watching this case study.
A lot of guys don't really know what online coaching is or what it consists of. What were your, I guess, thoughts and concerns before starting an online program?
Sure. So my honest concerns were form, right? Like, or even like, I don't know how to do some of these exercises. It's like one thing to see, like to get the list of things to do, and another thing to like know how to do it. Like, what weight do I start with? And like, how do I make sure I don't hurt myself? So I was a little concerned about that, and I wasn't sure how to get my money's worth that far away from somebody. Like, is it going to be worth this loot? And so those are the two things that were really on my mind before we got started.
Awesome. And let's go back even a little bit further. What were you struggling with before you decided to take action and do something about your fitness level? So where were you at weight-wise? What were your energy levels like? What were you struggling with? What was a day in the life of Brett, 101 days ago?
Yeah. So let's see where to begin. So I started around like 195 pounds. I had lost 10 pounds over the previous like 7 months. So like I was actually feeling pretty good at that point. But my big challenge is over the last few years, my weight like really fluctuates because I'm an all-in kind of guy, right? Like I'm either all the way in or all the way out. And so like I lose a lot of weight, but I wouldn't throw away my old clothes because I knew I'd get right back there.
Okay.
And that was like my big challenge. It's funny because I didn't think at the time that I was overweight, and like looking back, I was like, wow, I guess I was kind of overweight. But I knew that I was. I knew that like I'm 35, so I knew that if I didn't take control of this now, like it's just gonna get harder because I'm gonna get achier and more tired. And I got 2 little kids, and I want to make sure that I could be like really energetic for them, play sports with them, toss them around in a good way, and like all that stuff that like you can't do when like you're sluggish, and like get hot just like walking down the street. I don't want to be like that anymore.
Awesome. So you took action. We'll talk about your specific results in a little bit, but let's talk about the process. How have you benefited from kind of, I guess, the freedom that you have from online coaching, and how has it been a benefit to your day-to-day life?
Sure. So I think like as it related to online coaching, like it left. So what it did provide was like a map, like a plan for what to do. But it also provided like autonomy where like I didn't have to get to like this appointment at this time 4 days a week. So I could really make it mesh with my schedule. And that was both training and eating. I was able to have the liberty to like control my schedule. Like it didn't matter like 7 in the morning or 7 at night. I had the guidance and the accountability to make sure that I worked out, right? I didn't just skip it. The Facebook group and having like watching some of the things that the other guys in the program were eating and working out, that was great too, because it gave me some ideas. I was like, oh, I might make that. Like I asked some of them what the recipe they used. They asked me. And when I didn't feel like working out, I'd look and I'd be like, oh, yikes, like 4 people have already said worked out. And so I was like, all right, I'm not skipping today. And I'd head to the gym.
Awesome, man. So when you're in a group like that, when you're in a community, when you're in a powerful environment like that, do you think it's more powerful than just, even though we're not in person, do you think being held accountable to, 42 other guys is more powerful than just being with a trainer one-on-one? Is there any days where you worked out or made a better nutritional choice because you were in a powerful community?
Yeah, especially because I think a lot of us as part of the program send pictures of what we eat, and I would like put some stuff on my plate, and I would be like, I don't want to send a picture of that, like because I knew I was like cheating, right? And there is room in the program, right, to cheat, but like okay, I already sent the picture of that yesterday. Like I can't do it today, or I don't want to do it today. It's probably more accurate. So there was that level of accountability with the other folks, and it was just exciting to like see how they were developing too. And I'd see some of the guys like put up stuff like I don't remember. One of the guys was like just did like 200 like mountain climbers, did like 100 burpees and like 2,000 push-ups or something.
Yeah. That is not what the program consists of. I don't want you guys to get scared away if you're watching this. Yeah, that was probably Miles. He's a bit of an overachiever.
Yes, it was Miles, but like it was awesome because I was like, I got no excuse to slack on like my 15 burpees 4 times, and that was really cool for me. Even though I agree it wasn't part of the program, and I have not done 1,000 burpees, but it was just cool to see other people striving for that, especially for guys who like couldn't do that before. Now they can.
That's awesome, man. You've benefited from intermittent fasting. You've changed your diet. Do you see it as a sustainable thing, or are you going to go back to your old way of eating after this?
No, I definitely see it as sustainable because I like the way I'm feeling, right? And I want to do more, right? Like I'm not done with my goals, so like I want to sustain it. And then this, I don't know if this is a good thing, but what's exciting to me is like I'm still working at a calorie deficit to try and hit another weight goal. But like, I don't know what I'll do when I add like an extra 400 calories to my diet. Like I'm full now. So like when I add that in, I think it'll give me like some freedom. But yeah, it's sustainable once now it's sustainable. I just don't want to like melt away too much.
For sure.
And then I think it'll be like, I'll be able to even like, I'll eat like more than I think I could eat now, which I never thought, considering I'll like order Domino's pizza, get the wings. I'm not going to eat the whole pizza. Oh God, the whole pizza's gone. And now I'm going to eat the fries and stuff
We've
like
all
that.
been there, man.
I know. So I'm not there. Very happy to say I'm not there now.
Awesome, man. So we've made some big changes, some sustainable changes, and that's important because we see a lot of guys doing the yo-yo thing, which I did in the past. I'm sure you've done in the past. So now that we've conquered that, let's talk about what specifically have you accomplished. And I'm going to put up a before and after picture because it's been a pretty radical change. You told me the amount of weight. How much weight have you lost so far, Brett?
About 23 pounds in the last 100 days. I started at 195, and right this morning I was at 172. So pretty great.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, when I first spoke with Brett, he asked me straight out, he said, is it going to be possible at age 35 to get a six-pack? And when you look at the picture, he's well on his way. I'd say probably less than 10 pounds away from six-pack, though, which is amazing. So the weight loss is great. The body recomposition is phenomenal. What other benefits are you experiencing as far as energy levels, as far as structuring of your day? Tell me other little things that you wouldn't normally think about besides weight loss that you benefited from.
Yeah, so like I feel a lot stronger like in the weight room. One of my favorite parts about this is like going to the gym and spending time there. So as it relates to that, then I'll talk about like the family life stuff too. It's cool to see myself get stronger as I'm losing weight. Cause like as like the weights that I'm putting up increase, and like my body weight decreases, like the percent of what I weigh is like going way up. So like I can see the fact that I'm losing weight but getting stronger. Like it's like this inverse relationship, which is the way I wanted it to be. Yeah. So I just feel better. I'm less achy. I play basketball most Thursdays. Like literally, like my game was like this over the last few months. I don't know which side you'll see it from the screen, so I'll do it both ways. But my game was like up and to the right, and that was really cool to see. Get like compliments, people notice, people haven't seen me in a while. That was awesome. In terms of like my personal life and like my family, I have a lot more energy with my kids. I find myself like today, I was sitting here and I was like, home because it's the day before the long weekend. And I'm like, I gotta go do something. And I walked downtown, got a coffee. Like I just feel more energetic. On the weekends, I want to get out and do stuff. I want to go swimming. I want to go hiking. Like all the stuff where I would like kind of be like, I'll just watch a movie. And I did love my life, but I realized that like I can watch movies at night and I can go out and like enjoy the world during the day. So that really helped. And like my kids are at this age where I just want to have a ton of energy for them, and that's been great.
For sure. So energy levels are better. It's pretty safe to say that quality of life has gone up. You're a little more adventurous. How has your basketball game improved? I don't want to spend too much time on that, but would you today be able to pretty easily beat you from 100 days ago?
Oh yeah. Like I think I know that me today could like beat myself down the court, and I know that when I started, like all I wanted to do was like was post up down low, because like that was like exerting less energy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, look, I'm not great. I'm not looking to like start a career now.
You're good
but,
for a 35-year-old Jewish dude.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's just fun. Like, and I besides anything else, like playing better and like scoring more. Like at the end of the night, like I still felt good, and sometimes I felt like I had more to give, and like I just like kept going. Where I'd have to take more breaks and like pour the water over my head, and like so it just felt better to play. It was more fun. Like I just enjoyed it more.
Awesome, man. So you've obviously had some great success. What would you say to any guy that's hesitant in giving the reasons that they're too busy, or any other of the number of excuses that would stop them from taking action and getting inspired and joining now?
Sure. So like I have a full family life. I got kids. I work at tech startups. So like I'm not exactly working a few hours a week for like my job. And I could fit it in like pretty easily, except for this fly. Like I could fit it in, and there's enough flexibility to do it. I'll say like some of the best things we did were at the beginning was like the mental component, like deciding why I was doing this. So like having that honest conversation of what I wanted to do, and then like holding myself accountable. And like I know that sounds corny, but like that's really how I felt at the beginning. Like I felt like I had to make a decision why, and then the reasons were good enough. It wasn't like, oh, I just want to be able to lift this much. I was like I want to be longer years to my life, and so that stuff at the very beginning really helped me like keep going towards the end.
Awesome, man. So I guess first you got to take care of your mind before you take care of your body. And we cover all that in the program. It's not just a series of workouts and me saying, have at it. We take care of first the brain changes, then the body changes. Everything follows after that. And you did an awesome job at that. So guys, you heard it. Brett's busy. He's got a full family. He works his butt off at work, and he's been finding time to work out at the gym. And the results speak for themselves. He's had an amazing transformation. He's been awesome to work with. And Brett didn't just sign up. He signed up and he did the program. You don't get results by just signing up and registering. You put in the work, and if you put in the work, you can get results just like Brett. Brett, congratulations, man. You've made some insane progress, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. You said you wanted a six-pack, and we're going to get you there. I'm pretty confident of that. So let's make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to say thanks, Steve. It was great that you were available to me. I've known Steve for like many, many years, lost contact for, 15 years, somewhere in the middle, reconnected on this. And like, I'm just so happy that it worked out. It was well worth it. And like, I know my family and my wife are really happy about it too. So it's all good.
That means a lot.
That was a pretty cool case study, right? Brett has had an amazing transformation. Well, Brett made the decision to take action, fill out an application, and after a little phone call, we decided to work together. Now, right now, you have that same choice. You could either click off the video, do nothing, forget about this, and 90 days from now, you're going to be exactly the same or possibly even worse. Let's face it, that's just what's going to happen. Or you could be like Neo from the Matrix. You can go to goodbyedadbod.com. Take the red pill, fill out an application. We can get on the phone, and after a brief conversation, we'll see if working together is going to make sense. We're going to talk about your goals. We're going to talk about what the demands of the program are going to be. If working together is going to make sense, in 90 days from now, you could have a transformation just like Brett's, and we could be making a case study video just like this. The choice is yours. Go to goodbyedadbod.com and fill out that quick application.